Hello everyone, this is Amit Don. Today I'll have a beginner's safety razor shaving video, and I'll go through how to shave for the first time with a double-edged safety razor A to Z in this video. So if this is the first time or repeat visit, thank you for your support. This is a hybrid channel. So on this channel, I'm always trying new different ideas to take you beyond boundaries. And today this is going to be a long video. So in the first section, I'm just going to go over the basics. You need to know how to start your shaving with a safety razor. And in the second part, I'll actually go through, a real shaving using the tools and the razors I mentioned. Now, if you'd like to skip through parts of the video, I'll put timeline in the video. And also, I recommend that you bookmark this video so you can come back to this later on. So the first part is going to be what you need to know about the basics of shaving with a double edge or DE safety razor. So first thing first, why you want to use a double edge safety razor, which seems to be pretty old technology, where these days you can buy a disposable razor, which they're advertising that it's more modern and safe. The thing is, although the technology has evolved and invented lots of things, but in terms of when it comes to shaving, the older is the better. So the double edge safety razor still shaves the best way possible. The reason being, when you're shaving with a disposable razor, they're like, it can be like 2 to 5 different blades, and the way it's shaving, it's the first blade is shaving or cutting your beard and the foam or soap, whatever you're putting on your skin, and the subsequent blades, they're just like kind of going through your skin, which is very irritating, and that's why you get razor burns or nicks and cuts and like very bad skin. But when it comes to safety razor, it's very simple and plain. So the one blade is the one actually doing the job, and it's cutting only the beard. It doesn't touch your skin that much like the disposable razor. So it's more it's better for your skin and for your face, and it's very unlikely that you're going to get any irritation or skin problem you'd have with shaving with a disposable shaving razor. So that's one. The first reason is it's better for your skin, and it gives you a close shape because it's just the way it shapes. The second reason is that it's much cheaper. So for example, you can buy a disposable razor. I'm sorry, you can buy a safety razor for 10 to 15 cents each. But if you're buying a disposable razor, you could be spending like $3 to $10 per piece. So that's a huge difference. The only thing is, when you're starting with a double-edged safety razor, you have to have a little bit initial investment, which I'll go through shortly. And for that reason, it is going to cost you a little bit when you're starting. But once you have your tools, then as you go through, you're going to be only spending 10 cents or 15 cents per blade, which is ridiculously cheap comparing to $3 to $10 per disposable razor. Now, the other thing, you want to use a DE razor or double-edged safety razor due to the fact that it's more earth friendly. So you're producing less waste. You're not producing any plastic waste or anything. So the earth or the environment is going to thank you. So during your lifetime, these things add up. For example, cost and the waste you're producing using a disposable razor. So if you add it let's say 10 years, 20 years, or 50 years, or as long as you live, you're going to shave, then definitely this is going to add up, and Mother Nature is going to thank you, and also your bank account is going to thank you as well, because you're going to have a lot more savings when you're using a double-edged safety razor. Now, you need to know a few things about double-edged safety razor before even you started shaving, and I'm just going to go through them. So I have purchased about 20 to 30 different double-edged safety razor. I have gone through 20 to 30 different types of blades. I've gone through lots of shaving brushes, shaving bowl, and I picked the best for a beginner's shaving. So before I start that, let me just give you a very simple basics. What is different types of double-edged safety razors. So this one you're looking at right here. So this is the the basic of all. It's like 3 pieces. So you have to attach them separately, and you have to install the blade, which I'm going to show you later. And so this is 3-piece double-edged safety razor, and this is the most common one. Then you're going to come across another one, which is 2-piece. So basically this is twist opening, and what is it is that it has only 2 pieces instead of 3 pieces. So you have to just install the blade and that's it. And then there's another type of safety razor which is called butterfly opening, which is this. So here you're not actually opening anything, you're just kind of twisting here, and then it's just going to open the head, and then you have to just insert the blade. So this is called butterfly double-edged safety razor or butterfly razor. uh, then the other thing you need to know that different parts of a safety razor. So this is your handle, and this is your base, which sits underneath the plate, which is the right here. And in order to install the blade, you have to just put the blade kind of here and put this here, and then you have your full safety razor. So whenever someone is referring that you have your plate and base, they're referring to this section, which is the base and which is the plate, and this two together actually they're called head. So this is like the head of a safety razor, and this is the handle of a safety razor. Let me just show you another thing you need to start shaving with a double-edged safety razor. So you require shaving cream, which you can buy like $5 cheap shaving cream like I have here, Nivea, or you can go a little bit higher like $10-15 shaving cream like this. Either of them is okay. You don't have to spend too much money. Also, you can buy shaving bowl or any other products. However, you're not going to be able to use shave gel or shave foam uh, like this one, because this just wouldn't soften your beard enough to use it with a double-edged safety razor. So when it comes to a can of shaving gel or shaving foam, you cannot use that with a double-edged safety razor. That's a big no. And also this is not environment friendly, so for that reason you have to go with either shaving cream, which I have it right here, or you can go with soap ball, and I don't have that right now. Then the other thing you might want to purchase a shaving bowl, which can be like $20 shaving bowl, or just a $2 bowl from IKEA. This is just IKEA's kind of bowl for soup, but it just works very fine for a shaving bowl. And you have to kind of put your shaving cream here, and you have to just like foam it with a shaving brush. But you don't even need to buy that. You can just like use put shaving cream directly on the brush. Now, when it comes to shaving brush, you can either go with like $5-6 basic one, you can go with like $30 one, or you can go with like $20 one. And there are some even brushes which are like $100, $150. But a basic one just works fine. You don't have to put in too much money. The one thing I want to mention that I don't use any like animal hair brush. All these are artificial, because if you purchase animal hair like badger or boar or like horse shoe brushes, they say that those are better, or they produce better foam. But I don't purchase them because I'm not feeling comfortable like putting dead animals hair on my face. And also for like that reason, it's not any animals are not going to get hurt because of my shaving. So for that reason I always use the artificial basic shaving brush. And you can just like purchase the one, $5, $6, or $10. You don't have to even go on the expensive side. Now, in terms of blades, there are like hundreds of blades out there, but for a beginner I'm just going to recommend these two, which is going to be Astra and Derby. And I'm just going to show you this one just as an FYI that this is a feather blade made in Japan, and this is a very sharp blade. Although this is very good, but I would ask you to stay away from this for a while until you get like professional or pro shaver, because this is if you're just starting and if you use this blade, it might cut you, because this is the sharpest blade on the market. So this is feather made in Japan. And I'm going to give you my recommendations on what type of shaving razor you would buy. And for that, I have just some notes here. So you can come back to this part of the video, but I'm going to just tell you what my preferences or choices are. So I have gone through lots of safety razors, but as a beginner, these three are my recommendations when you're just starting out. So this is Marker 34C, and this is made in Germany, and this is a like a two-piece razor. It just comes out one piece like this, which I showed you before, and these two are three-piece, and this is Edwin Jagger 86, and this is Muhal DE 89. So these three are my recommendation as a beginner. Now, these two actually has kind of the same design or pattern on the head and the base. This is due to the fact that they're not actually copying each other. They have a kind of joint venture on some of their products, and they share the designing, so it may look like to you exactly the same. This is Muhal made in Germany, and this is Edwin Jagger made in UK. So these two, this which is the Marker 34C, these are my top recommendation when you're starting to shave. This one has actually rubberized handle or grip, so you may want to go with this one because it's going to stay easy on your hand. But let's say if you want to just pick any one among these three, then for the first time I'd go with this one because of the rubberized handle or grip. So all of these are like, in the $50 range, and you cannot go wrong with buying any one of these. And in terms of blade, so I would go with Astra or Derby Extra. So this is a part of Gillette, and this is actually made in Czech Republic, and this is Derby Extra, and this is made in Turkey. So these two are very fit for beginners, and they're very gentle and mild. So they wouldn't give you cuts that much if you are still learning and starting. So I'd go with these two blades. And in terms of shaving cream, you can just buy anything. There's no recommendation or nothing, but they can vary. Some of them are expensive, some of them are cheap. And in terms of shaving brush, you can just buy anything. You can buy even a cheap one to start with. And shaving bowl or soap bowl, you don't need anything. You can buy just anything, or even you don't have to buy. You can just put directly the shaving cream on the brush, but do not use the shaving foam. So now let's go start the shaving process, and then I'm going to show you step by step how to start shaving with a safety razor. I wrote down the names of the blades and the razors for you. So these are the razors and these are the blades, and also I'm going to put them in the description box below. Now, I don't do any affiliated links or anything, so you cannot buy any of these from my video. But if you'd like to buy, you have to just search and just check a few sites. Don't just buy everything from Amazon right away. You might get better prices outside Amazon online stores. Now, I forgot to mention that all these razors, they're actually closed comb. So what it means that when you're looking at the base of the razor, you can see that these are closed, and then there's a kind of knurled section here. So these are closed comb, and this is milder razors. But open comb is those where there's kind of gap in between, and those give you kind of closer shave, or they might give you a little bit easier shave because there's a place to for the beard and the cream to pass through. But those are more aggressive. So as a beginner, you should always look for closed comb razors, and all these actually are closed combs. And also I mentioned here that these are closed comb razors. So now, before even you start shaving, just first put some warm water on your face or beard. So I'm just going to take some water like this and put it like this. It's just the initial preparation. You can buy pre-shaving oil or cream or stuff like that, but I don't. I want to keep everything simple, so I don't have those, or I don't buy those. So I'm just going to put it like this. Now I'm going to show you both way how to use a soap bowl or how to use no soap bowl. So let's. I'm just going to take this here. So let's say if you're using a soap bowl, what you're going to do, you're just going to kind of take the shaving cream right in the bowl. So you're just going to like this way. So you're just going to put it in here. I hope you can see it via camera because the light is reflecting. So you're just going to put it here, and then you're going to take your shaving brush, and you just wet it, and then you have to kind of just do this way. So you're just making foam in the bowl. So that's how you use the shaving bowl. And actually you can create lots of foam depending on the brush, on the shaving cream, and how you can handle or how much foam you can produce. So you can do it this way. I have a some foam here, but I think it's not a lot, but you can see that there's a little bit, or it's not bad either. So this is one way, or the other way would be you can just put shaving cream directly on the brush. You have to wet the brush first. So you just can put shaving cream directly on the brush and then create soap on your face. That way works too. You don't actually need a shaving bowl. So if you try to put shaving cream here on your skin and then try to brush and create foam, that doesn't work that well. So putting shaving cream directly on the brush after make it wet and then rubbing it on your face works better. Or the other way you can do, just use a shaving soap bowl. So now I'm just going to apply foam on my face. So let's see how it goes. So one thing about using a safety razor is that you cannot rush. You have to take your time. And it's not like shaving with a disposable razor that you can just start and go, or you can just run and gun. Or you have to be very careful and you have to take your time. So I feel like this is the time. It's like kind of my meditation. I'm not rushing. I'm just enjoying the process, enjoying the foam, enjoying the razor. I don't have that type of experience or feeling now when I'm using a disposable razor. So that's another factor. I like shaving with a double-edged safety razor. And it gives you a very good feeling when you're applying shaving cream and brush on your face. You can kind of enjoy the moment, and it's really makes you feel very relaxed, and it's like you're meditating. So you can see that I have enough lather. I can even just put a few drops of water right here, and if I just do this more, it's just going to kind of giving you more lather. And also I have remaining lather in the bowl, but I think this should be good enough. And now let me show you how to install the blade in the razor. So for today's video, I'm just going to use this one, which is the Mohawk R89, the second one. And then this is the 3-piece razor, a closed comb. So what you do, you open everything and you take the head or take the plate and hold it this way. And then you take the blade, very careful with the blade. You can hold here, but do not hold here and here. So what I mean that it's kind of common sense though. Do not touch this part and here. You have to kind of hold here and here. You can also hold it like this, but just make sure that you're not touching directly to the edges, because that's going to cut your finger. So this is how you're going to hold it, and this is how you're going to put it here. Now I'm not using one of the blades I recommended, because this is a different blade and I've been using this blade for the past month, so I didn't want to change to the blades I mentioned just for the video, because it's going to make me uneasy. That's why this is not the blade I referred for the beginners. This is not like Darby or Astra. This is a Wilkinson sword, and this is more aggressive. That's why I didn't tell you about this blade, but this is what I'm going to use for today's video. So you're going to hold the plate, and then here you're just going to slowly put it in here. Like this. So very careful with this part. Okay, so you're going to put it like this, and then you have to insert the base. So you're going to take the base and see the gnarled part that's going to come towards the blade or towards the plate. So you're going to hold it like this, not like this, and you're going to put it like this, and then you're going to take the handle and just, close it. Okay, so you can just tight it properly. Now when you're looking at the razor, just make sure that the gnarled section, which is kind of the open comb or closed comb, is upper, not the down, because that it should be on the upper side, in between the plate and the base, underneath the blade. So that's how it should be. So what happened when I started shaving this for the first time, I was doing the opposite thing. I put it below because I even didn't pay attention, but this is how it should be. So then now you're going to just put it in hot water and hold it for like 10-20 seconds. It's kind of like, you're giving it like, a wash, and you can wait like, a few. Now my blade or my razor is warm and I can start shaving. So what you can do, you can just wipe a little bit of a little bit of foam from this part, just to let you see that where you're going to start. And see here, a little bit messed up all over. So you can kind of wipe a little bit, and you can wipe like around the nose just a little bit, not too much. So that's going to give you better control when you're shaving. The thing is, you cannot shave this way. It has to be slightly tilted or angled, so it would be like 30 degree to 45 degrees. So just kind of this way. And the other thing is, you cannot just do like disposable razor, just put razor on your face and just shave, because it's going to cut your skin. So you have to be careful. So what you're going to do, start your start point, which is right here. So you're going to just put it like this and kind of tilt a little bit. You can see that it's like 30 degree right now. And then I'm going to start shaving. So you can see that at any point, my blade is never going to be straight to my skin. So it's always going to be at 30 to 45 degree angle. And you can see that it's doing a nice job. And you're going to start with here, like this part, and then you're going to go down this way, and then you're going to do like this part, and I do this part at the end. You can change the part, but when you're starting, just do the way I do, so that way it's much easier. So first you're going to start from the right and left, and here you can just pull your skin a little bit. And see, I can do very fast, but when you're starting it, just do it very slow. You don't have to actually go fast. And then I'm going to go this way. So let's start with the sideburn. And probably you can hear the blade is cutting the beard, and it makes a very nice noise. And for this part, you have to just kind of lift your ear up by pulling the earlobe, and then you can just go this way. And so when you come to this part, just pull here a little bit like this. And this part, you can just make your face this way to gives you more space. Okay, so I'm just going to clean the razor, and then here, this part, I'm just going to come this way like this. I'm going to just hold it and pull it. Now you see this part right here, it has kind of not even. So you cannot just put your razor this way. You have to kind of pull it and make it to the this way, and you can cut this way. That way it's much easier. So for example, here and here. Okay, see what I got most of it. Now here, and this part I'm going to go this way, just for this part. My objective is not to cut my skin as much as possible, but still you're going to get a little bit cuts and nicks, but it's okay. Okay, so now this part, you're going to kind of like, pull your lower lids like this. See, I'm kind of making my way to cut this, slide the razor. So if you don't do it, and if you just try to do it, it's going to cut your skin. So make it kind of space for the razor to glide. And here, just under the lips, you can just do like this. Okay, so now here you're going to start right under your nose. Start from like kind of here. And here you can do this way. So this part is the most difficult to shape. That's why I leave it for later. Okay, so it looks like just one more second here. So it looks like I was able to finish the shaving without cutting, except a little bit here, which is very normal. So you're gonna have like cuts slightly here and there when you're starting it. That's very normal. Even I get that, because it just goes away if you're taking a shower or cleaning your face. Then it doesn't stay that tiny bit cut. I think that should be okay. So what happens? I just shaved one time, so this is called first pass. So you're shaving like one time, first pass. You can go for second pass or third pass. So let's say if you want to go for second pass, then the process is the same. You have to just take your shaving brush and just put some water and then just do it again. You're kind of doing the same process, but this one is going to remove the skin, obviously the beard you were not able to do at the first time. It gives you smoother shave, very smooth shave. There's a term for it. They call baby butt shave, and that's the second pass. When I went to some barber, I noticed that they even give third pass. But usually, if I'm home, because everyone's working from home, I usually do only first pass. Sometimes second pass, but I don't never do at home on my own third pass. So this is the second pass. So basically, you're doing the same thing, and this time it's a lot easier because you already shaved for the first time. So I'm not going to describe that much here. I'm just going to go through the process again just to show you. but you can hear the blade cutting the beard. Okay, so we finished the second pass, and you can see that I didn't cut myself. Everything looks fine. Let me just clear my nose. I think some foam oil inside my nose. Okay, so what happened? You notice the way I shaved, I was just following the direction of the beard. So like this way, this way, this way. So there's a term for it. It's called go with the grain. So kind of you're not cutting against the beard, and that's the method I follow. But if you hear people saying against the grain, so that means that you're doing like the opposite way of the beard grow, and I don't recommend that, and I don't do that. But it gives you much closer shave. But I am always with go with the grain. I never do go against the grain. So that's the term you may hear when you're into the double-edged safety razor shaving. Now, once you finish shaving, so what are you going to do? You're going to kind of like wipe your face, clean things a little bit, and I'm just going to wash my face very quickly. Okay, so you can see that I wash my face, and you can see the shaving that is quite perfect. No issue, no problem, no cut, no nothing. And once you finish shaving, you can go with a shaving balm or aftershave. So you can get one of these which doesn't have alcohol, and it's much like it feels smoother on face, or you can go with one of these which has alcohol, but it's going to kind of burn your face. But usually I use the Nivea shaving balm. So what do? You just take put some on your finger and just splash it on your face. So that way it kind of gives you less irritation, and it because your face lost moisture, so it puts the moisture back, and also it has a nice scent. So that's the kind of finishing part of the shaving. Okay, so now we have come to the end of the video. I believe I covered everything. There's a chance that I didn't mention something. So if you figure out, or if someone who's watching and a pro shaver, please put a comment in the description below and let me know what I missed. And once you start shaving with a double-edged safety razor, you can just document your experience, and you can just mention or put the comment in the comment section below to let me know that this helped you, or this saved you lots of money, you reduced lots of waste, and it's better for your skin, better for your face. It's actually better for everything. So the technology has improved everything, but in my opinion, the technology hasn't been able to improve the old way of shaving, which using a double-edged safety razor. And another suggestion I have that you can bookmark this video and come back later if you need to consult the video. And also, if you know someone who would like to start with a shaving with a double-edged safety razor, you can just share them the link. And also, if you think you like the video and there's a value in it, please put a like on the video. That way, more people can find out about this video and start shaving with double-edged safety razor. Thank you for coming so far. I do have some other double-edged safety razor video on this channel, and for which I'm going to put a link in the description box below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.